Welcome back. This is a very special episode of Pillow Talk. This is Season 2, Episode 3. And it's I'm very excited about it, particularly excited because everyone likes to talk about different things. But this one is a bit more about me. Sorry about that. I had to switch around the camera. Here's Van. He's already comfortable in the bed. Look at him. Hey.
Still here.
I handed you the camera.
Okay. Yeah. So as you may probably know, just by watching, the quality is back down to Season 1 standards. Now, it's just a temporary thing. Basically what happened is we're both busy people, like we talk about a lot. We do other things. And one of those things was that Tam was working so much he forgot to bring the charger for the battery or to charge any of the 3 batteries on the camcorder. So we're back to the iPhone, but hey, it's fine. Also, the selfie stick was in your car, and you were like, oh, I should go get it. And I was like, remember? I was like, no. Let's just do it live, raw, old school. I'm holding the phone.
This is the way we did it in the very first Pillow Talks, hearkening all the way back to July 4th of this year, 2015, how we shot the very first Pillow Talk. And I think it was your hand as well.
It was my hand. It was my right hand. Very strong. Very strong right hand. Anyway, so now we are, welcome back. This is Season 2, Episode 3. And we're just going to have some quick announcements, and then we're going to get right into the thick of it. First of all, Tam, do you have an announcement?
I think we start with your Star Wars follow-up. I think you should
definitely want to give you a little update on Star Wars. As you know from being a fan of the show, from watching Episode 1 of this season, I'm really into Star Wars. My friend Mike Cook, who I hadn't seen in 10 years, flew down yesterday, and we saw the movie, and we liked it so much we went and saw it again at 9 in the morning. In Glendale, and then I went back and saw it at 4 p.m. in Burbank on IMAX. So I saw it 3 times in 21 hours. Tam, what a flick. And then you had what announcement really quick that we need to do? Because I think it's important that we do it just to make sure that
This is a similar announcement to the announcement from last week, and that was that in the first episode of Season 2, we did not fully show our appreciation for YouTube, allowing us to continue with our network, with our channel, and the podcasts that we make. So I want to say that again, right now, right here. YouTube, thanks a lot. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, and we're internally forever grateful for you for allowing us.
Forever. Which reminds me that speaking of forever, we need to get on to things, which is the middle 10, which is quickly approaching. And today's special topic is all about nutrition. And Tam, I think it's important you take it from here.
Nutrition is a big
Just
thing,
hold
everyone.
this really quick. I'm going to get Pip in a better position so the viewers can see his face.
I'm going to turn it sideways a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
So nutrition is a very big thing. As everyone knows, you're eating 3 times a day, and you have meals very often with friends and family, people that you love and you respect, and it's the thing that connects you with other people. And you feel good eating. So we all have opinions about what it means to eat. It's a big topic. I thought about it a lot the last few days. Van and I, we don't do that much pre-production, but we knew that this episode would focus on something that I feel very passionately about, and that is nutrition. That's one thing I feel very passionately about. Thought about it a lot, and I'd like to first give a little primer to all you folks out there.
Let me first just point out that if you're friends with Tam, a lot of times people refer to him as Tam Nutrition Visher, just because he's always thinking about it, always talking about it. So it comes as no surprise to a lot of our viewers. Anyway, continue.
I'm gonna give you guys a primer on nutrition because you guys aren't your middle name isn't nutrition like mine, so you might not know exactly what to think when people say let's talk nutrition. Nutrition is about making sure your body runs smoothly and everything is working according to the way it was designed, and that involves what you put inside your body that gets rearranged and used by your body to make it function. We're talking about food, people. Lots of food. And food is made up of a few different things. Micro and macronutrients. Micronutrients, vitamins.
Smaller.
Very small.
That's what
Yeah. You get your vitamins, A through D, E, K, some other important ones.
F.
You have your minerals. Not sure about F.
I'm pretty sure it's fiber related, but we can confirm that later.
Okay. Vitamins, minerals, and then you have, and no one really argues about that. Nutritionists don't talk about, hey, you got to get D. We need a lot more D. A is not important at all. Forget it. No, everyone kind of agrees about that.
H isn't important either.
No, H isn't important. That's not a vitamin. People don't talk about that stuff in books.
No.
What people talk about are macronutrients, the big boys. Macronutrients are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Macronutrients you can think of as, you're in a library, and there's a stench. You're in a library, and there's a stench. It smells real bad. And you know what that is? It's coming from aisle 3. There's a street person that's wandered in and is sitting down and reading Roald Dahl. Real stinky. That's a macronutrient.
What's a macronutrient?
Everyone in that library smells that guy. They know he's in there. He's a big thing. People have opinions about him. Some want him in. Some think about social.
That was an
culture.
analogy. That was an analogy.
That's a metaphor.
A metaphor
for how controversial macronutrient makeup in diets is. Everyone that has an opinion about a diet.
So basically, what you're saying is macronutrients are as equally as controversial as you, in your words, said a street person coming into a library in aisle 3 and reading Roald Dahl and
I love Roald Dahl.
causing people to talk about that person. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Just to make sure. Wanted to sum that up.
So, anyone who has an opinion about diets, you got to be vegan. You got to eat the Zone diet. You got to be Atkins. You got to be just organic or vegetarian. They think about macronutrient makeup, where their proteins are coming from, how much protein there is, how much carb there is, how much fat, the proportions of all that stuff. So that's the primer. And then
Very good primer. Amazing. I've known Tam a long time. I knew that he liked nutrition. Didn't know he had this type of vocabulary. Really incredible.
Okay, what we were just saying is that, or what I was saying is that I documented what I ate this morning because I knew that I'd be seeing you, Van,
In the pillows.
and we'd have this talk, And I want to show you exactly what I was eating.
I'm so excited to see.
I thought you
I'm
might ask.
so excited to see. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
Okay. So
And I should say Tam's a very good photographer.
I am, yes. Okay, here we go. This is cabbage.
Wow.
Cabbage with butter, salt, and a lot of olive oil, avocado oil, butter, lots of it. Maybe 60 grams of fat.
Okay, what's next?
I saute that, and then I also had some sweet potatoes. So you can see I had some.
This is really showing up well for people.
I had some sweet potato. You get, and all that is avocado oil and some olive oil mixed. You gotta cover the surface of the sweet potato. That's key. Cover it, throw it in the oven, 450, 30 minutes, and you have delicious sweet potatoes. Tastes like candy. You don't need salt, sugar, nothing. Perfect.
All right, what's next?
Next, I got eggs.
Wow.
I have 8 hens, and I get fresh eggs every morning. I got 4 of them to prepare this omelet cabbage combination. So that's that.
Action shot.
Oh, that's an action shot. That's me smelling the dish. It's very fragrant. I think I got some other. Oh, I was reaching for a spatula, I believe. At that time, I needed a spatula to stir the eggs into the cabbage. But you can see that I've got some muscle, and this way of eating is definitely conducive to being fit.
And just so you know, that is a crack in the screen. That's not a vein in a V shape on his bicep. And what's next?
And then next, I think I whoops,
Wrong one. There you go.
Oh, I think I was for this one I was trying to scratch my neck. I didn't even know I took that photo, as you can see, actually, this is a good example of being fit on this way of eating. I got a 6-pack, so I do have a 6-pack. That's right. And I think I got this was when I dropped my fork, and I was getting down to the floor to get it. Now I don't work out, but you can see that I can do I can do a one-handed push-up if I need to. This way of eating it's made for being fit. Wow. So I got that fork and I had a delicious meal.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. So here's a question from our dear viewer Elise. She says, "How does eating butter and other fatty things make you super muscular and not increase your cholesterol?"
Very good question. That's a very good question.
Yeah. And I have a quick way to have you answer it. Mm-hmm. Do you know the answer to that question? Yes or no?
I do. Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
Okay, here's the answer. Well, it's a two-pronged question, talking about being very strong looking. And the second part of the question is raising cholesterol. I'll take the first one. When you eat a high-fat diet, low carb, you are burning fat all the time. That's your main mode of fuel. So instead of burning up carbs through glucose metabolism, you are doing fat burning through ketone metabolism. Similar metabolic pathways, but very different insulin responses. And obviously, if you're eating carbs that spike insulin, you're not going to be losing weight. So you lose weight very easily on a high-fat diet. Kind of counterintuitive. And then what goes along with that is looking stronger. So even though I don't work out, I burn fat very easily, and my body fat index is very low. It's around 12%, and that makes me look stronger. I'm definitely genetically well endowed.
I think that's pretty clear.
With some muscles, but I also have low body fat index, lower than before I was on this way of eating. So I look stronger. And the second part of the question is cholesterol. Cholesterol is not affected by dietary cholesterol intake. I should specify. Blood lipid cholesterol is not affected by dietary fat intake. It's a little bit. They say 15%. That's like a number that they throw out there. 15% of your diet, or 15% of your blood lipid panel is affected by dietary cholesterol. But I have seen a raising in my HDL, lowering in my LDL, and my total cholesterol numbers look great. the last 2 physicals I've had in the last year, I don't tell them the way I eat, and they say I'm extremely healthy. My cholesterol looks great. Everything looks good. So I'm just a very healthy person to the doctors that I see.
And you're a very healthy person to me.
I would like to say that getting into the realm of nutrition,
Yeah.
and reading up on it. I've read not that many books, maybe 4 or 5 books, but thick, heavy books in the last year, in varying degrees of scientificness. I do feel like I'm delving into a Star Wars of the body.
Explain.
By that I mean there is as much of a galaxy within the body as there is to know about the galaxy in Star Wars. As many stories, as many characters, as many planets, as many technological devices that allow for extraordinary things to happen. There are mechanisms, there are structures, there are players inside your body that travel great distances to make incredible things happen, phenomenal things. And there's a story behind each of them, and their story is not known. We've studied, a lot in the last 1,000 years, couple thousand years, but there is an infinite amount more to know. An infinite amount more to know. It's an entire world, and just like you and Mike Cook stayed up late last night and throughout today, spoke about Star Wars and what the new movie meant. This morning, I woke up thinking about filming this later on, and realized that I had been thinking about everything I wanted to say for over 45 minutes. I looked down and I looked at my clock. It had been 45 minutes. I was in bed, my eyes were open, I was awake, and I was thinking about metabolic pathways, different macronutrient makeups, the benefit of ketone metabolism, and the terrible cell death that happens eventually. We all die. And there's some questions that are unanswered. Why do cells die? At a large scale, we're just a collection of cells, and those cells eventually have a cell death. It's programmed in their genetic material. Do cells die in our body at different rates? It's hard to imagine that they all die simultaneously. Maybe it starts in like the liver or something, where something chain reactions and causes cell death in other parts of your body. I'm sure that organ tissue death is a different thing. Maybe there could be some liver that's kept, I forget what they call it, in situ, in vitro, but like outside the body in some contained thing. It's a Latin term, but I bet there's some organ that could live for thousands of years if it's in the right nutrient environment and has the right influx and outflux of materials.
Like Yoda.
Like Yoda. How old is Yoda?
900 years old around the time of his death.
900 years.
That is incredible.
Does Yoda have any children? 900 years?
Not that are known. Although he did have a bit of a romance with Yaddle, I assume.
I find that hard to believe. 900 years, and you're not going to make a little family somewhere in some small corner.
Tim, clearly you don't know much about the Jedi Order. Anyway, that was an incredible topic of nutrition. It's getting towards the end of the middle 10. It might be a little over, and we still have something very important to do, and I think everybody knows what it is.
We're going to do some rhymes.
It's the time. It's the rhyme time.
It's the rhyme time. We have left the middle 10, and we're going to go into rhyme time. And
rhyme time.
Naturally, the rhyme topic for this week will be nutrition.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some words, okay?
Okay. Let me just get in I'm just finding my spot.
Glycation.
Everywhere and every time that I look upon this great and prosperous nation,
There are so many things that cross my mind as I turn on the radio station. But by the time the day is over and little Jimmy boy is playing on his PlayStation, I'm sitting at home thinking about glycation.
Very good. Very good. The second word is vitamin K.
Some of you think that there are only vitamins through J. But I've got news for you. There's such thing as vitamin K. You think I'm lying? You think this is a joke? Well, President Obama backed me up. So what do you think about that, you bloke?
That was very good. The bloke
Thank
part
you.
was very good.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's all I have for rhymes.
That's great.
Yeah.
That was really good. I'm very
Yeah.
satisfied.
Yeah.
Very satisfied with that.
Thank
And I
you.
think we can close it out tonight.
Yes.
It's been a very special episode. I'm very honored to talk about nutrition, and I hope everyone in there becomes their own nutritionist. Don't listen to me. Take what I say, take what someone else says, and make something on your own that you like. Eat the way you want to, and
also
have home cooked meals. Everyone should have home
home-cooked meals.
It's
Everyone
important
can
for
get
family.
behind that.
It's important.
That's very important.
Yeah.
And after you're done eating and you're getting ready for bed and you're thinking about your day, and I hope and I know Tam hopes that you can find a sweet spot in your mind, and we always hope that you can sleep well.